Hey Philip, this is Freak8385. I should say, I am on your YouTube account, and I just wanted, first of all, to congratulate you for your shows. I love them, I see them every day. And yesterday you were talking about the legalization of the drugs. So I wanted to tell you something. I'm from Guatemala, Guatemala, Central America. We're just below Mexico right now. And you mentioned that Vicente Fox, the ex-president of Mexico, was talking about the legalization of the drugs. So I wanted to tell you something real quick because I don't want to make this video too long for you to get bored of all of a sudden. For starters, um, you see, Central America has been the backyard of United States for almost 100 years from now. We basically are following the orders of someone that doesn't even care about our country and our or any part of Central America. We're only there because they want us to be there. Because if we weren't here at all, they wouldn't have anyone else to blame. So basically, what I wanted to talk about was that the legalization of the drugs for us in general in Guatemala, it's something that we've been trying to see if it came true. Because here, the amount of drug transported could pay for 5 years uh, the entire policeman of our country. That means that for every drug that goes around here, we get about $1 billion that we could use to pay the entire police that we have, and the entire population would have something to work on. In the case of marijuana, cocaine, or heroin, you see, we are trying to make this legal because people here don't understand how the drugs work. And I actually am trying to explain people that the drugs, depending which drug, it could do harm or do nothing at all. In other words, we're trying to educate people because they ignorant, or maybe ignorant is not exactly the word I'm looking. The people that don't know about drugs claim that every drug is bad. And the truth is that marijuana, scientifically speaking, is still a drug being used to help people which has problems with Parkinson, problems with arthritis, and uh, uh, problems that people cannot actually solve only with drugs. For example, with the migraines, myself included, I can't take aspirin because I'm allergic to the acetaminophen. So basically, I can't use aspirin as a source, or Advil, Tylenol, or all those trademarks that they have, because the chemical that they have is toxic for me. I could actually, if I take more than 4 of those pills, I could actually go into a coma, for example. And my little brother, myself, my big brother, we don't use that kind of drugs. We don't use pills on that sense. We have to use natural resources. And in Central America, many of those drugs are natural resources. You can go to Peru and you would find that people, for the change of the altitude of the mountains, they have to chew on coca leaves, for example. And in here in Guatemala, we use a lot of drugs for hallucinations that probably they might be quite, uh, yes, illegal. But when you are in a country that everything is illegal, you can go to jail for 5 years only because you have one cigarette of marijuana. It's stupid. It's really stupid. And you can actually go see every single website and they tell you the same thing about the drugs. But what surprised me the most of the drugs is on Switzerland or Holland. I don't know how do you call it. But if you read the news recently, they have closed 18 jails because the prisoner population doesn't go up from the 7 to 8%. It doesn't even grow. 18 jails closed. And the major problem was that the people that used drugs were not the violent ones. So what did Holland did? They legalized the use of marijuana, the use of cocaine in certain levels, and they divided into strong drugs into not not strong drugs, like marijuana, LSD, hashish, for example, to heroin, cocaine, crack, those drugs that are full of chemicals and can actually kill you. So I basically start thinking, if people can't divide that, then how are we going to make people understand what changes do we want? They can keep criticizing. I mean, United States can keep saying no, 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 and no, but what's the problem? I mean, it's our problem. If we want to legalize the drugs, we don't want to ask permission to the United States. We have our own country to worry. I mean, I know that all America is a continent and it's divided in each part on different nations, on different countries, and we are all one. So if I'm Latin American, North American, South American, it doesn't matter. They have to respect our laws. If we want to legalize the drugs, that's our problem. And Vicente Fox, in one part, is right. We should legalize the drugs, yes, separating the strong ones from the ones that only do tickles. But that's what I wanted to tell you. I mean, I love your show. I actually enjoy it. I know that in San Salvador, we are beside San Salvador. They are our neighbors. You hear that you hear 18 to 20 people dead during the week. In Guatemala, you hear from 24 to 30 people during the week. No one talks about us. No one. And I'm not pissed on that sense, but I'm more pissed that people think that Guatemala is Mexico and we are not Mexico. We are Guatemaltecos. We are a different type of people. And I wanted this not to be a criticized video, but informative. We've been here for almost 100 years with the drugs, and even if United States doesn't accept the use of drugs in their own ways, that's their problem, not ours. We've been of course having drug issues, but that's the problem of the people. They should do like Costa Rica. The government gives the drugs, and that's how it should be. You have a control, you can see it, you can tell how much, and you can help those who are actually too much into the drugs. So basically, that's all I wanted to tell you, Philip. It was great hearing from you, and I hope that you actually watch this video and actually do send me a response or something, because it interests me to know that what you think. I mean, do you care to see what happens in Latin America? Because, like I said before, it's a continent. We are all one. Whether some people don't agree with me or not, that's their problem. But that's what I wanted to tell you. So, peace out, te cuidas, and hope we talk soon. Take care, Phil.